Um, yeah, jet lag's a bitch. I didn't go to bed till like 1:30 in the morning, and it's like what 7 a.m. for me right now.
Yeah.
So it's a bit annoying, but I feel like smaller jet lag is actually worse than like a big gap.
Hmm.
Like it's 4 hours between the UK and Dubai, so the UK is 4 hours behind.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like it's not well, that's not a big gap for me. A big gap's like 12 hours, like the UK, the
Hmm.
US. But like, yeah. So I feel like when I was trying to go to bed last night, I just didn't get to bed till like 1 a.m., which is a bit annoying. But other than that, I'm okay. Nothing a coffee won't fix. How was your Christmas?
It was good. Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, we had fun. My son had him all Christmas Eve. Oh, what just happened? Can you see me?
No, you've disappeared.
There we go. Had him
There we go.
Christmas Eve, Christmas all Christmas morning and day. So it was fun
Nice.
to have him wake up, and it's kind of like he's 4 years old, so it's kind of like it's his like first Christmas he actually knows what's going on and remembers.
Yeah.
So like he knew what to
Yeah.
expect. We did the elf on a shelf every night that or every morning he woke up. It was in like a different spot, all that stuff. So it was fun.
Oh my God, that's so sweet. Yeah, and I feel like
Yeah.
four is like you said, they start to like remember and like create those memories, and then they'll like remember next year and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
and I feel like kids make Christmas so much more fun. Like,
Oh yeah. It's
Max
really
has a
fun.
huge family. He's got 9 nieces and nephews, um, all under the age of like 12. So
Damn. All
it's
the kids
like
running around.
yeah, it's chaos and it was like crazy, but like so much fun. It makes it so
Yeah.
much more fun and like more exciting. So
Yeah.
we're
I love
giving them
that.
the gifts and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, thank you, like Uncle Max and Phoebe," and I'm like, "That's so
That's
sweet."
awesome.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
was a lot of fun, and that's why we go back. Like we've done Christmas in Dubai a few times, and we're just like, it's just not the same. Like it's just not.
Hmm.
So we'd rather travel, go back, be a family thing, and
Yeah.
kind of go from there. So. Um,
Love that.
but yeah, it was good. I haven't had a Christmas in prep for a very long time as well. So like it was different. The thing
Yeah.
is, this was probably I put it on my story, and this was probably the best Christmas. I mean, I've done I think like 4 Christmases in prep, which is quite a lot, to be fair.
Hmm.
And this one was by far like the best one mentally. Not that I've struggled really before like being on prep during Christmas time. But
Yeah.
mentally and like physically and like energetically, I was so much more present. Whereas before, usually I'd be like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm thinking about food because you're surrounded by food. Like you try and switch it off, but it's still there. But literally,
Hmm.
like, nothing was there. Like nothing was there. I wasn't thinking about things. Um, Obviously, I had a food refeed that day and a high day that day, which was great. So
Yeah.
it was
Love that.
pretty good. But yeah, like there was just no food focus at all this Christmas, which was really, really nice.
Nice.
Because I know that was one thing that you kind of like mentioned on your story as well, and like the balance of Christmas and stuff. And with some very strong opinions about it. So what did people say about that? Because like I can
Most of
imagine
the
probably
people
a lot of
responding to
people.
that, so I posted that on my story. For those that are listening that didn't see it, I posted on my story that if you're not, especially if you're not in prep, that was the main
Yeah,
focus point of that. If you're not in prep, don't let like bodybuilding be the number one factor of your life that one day. It's
yeah,
Christmas, especially if you have kids and maybe you went to their school Christmas party and you had to pass up on the cookies, or it's Christmas
yeah,
morning or Christmas Eve and like someone did a like cooked and did a dinner or made whatever that people have traditionally Christmas Eve, Christmas morning breakfast, and you're just over there like can't partake in any of that because I have my Tupperware here and making and it's not a
yeah.
big deal to me that people do that because it's their life, go right ahead. But it's when you have to make a post as if you're better than everyone because you're doing
Hmm.
that. Like
Yeah,
you make a post of your Tupperware on the table while everyone else has their plates over here, and you just have to post on your story, still on plan, even though it's Christmas. Or a
yeah,
selfie in the gym, it's Christmas morning, but had to get my lift in. Like, do
yeah,
you do that any other day? Are you posting your
yeah,
no, you're like what just act like it's any other day at that point. Like if you're going to stay on plan, Cool. The world doesn't need to know that you think you're better than them because they had the potatoes that morning that mom made for breakfast and you just stuck with your egg whites that day. Like, no,
Hmm.
it's not that deep. Like, it's bodybuilding. Like, there can be some balance there. Like, it's Christmas Day. Like, go enjoy. So,
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that because I do think that sometimes it can be like that realm. It's like I'm more hardcore than you. I'm sticking to plan even on Christmas. And like, yeah,
mhm,
if you are great, like that's fine, but like it doesn't have to be a chauvinistic like thing. So no, I completely
exactly.
get that. And I like that that you said that because I do think that, especially with social media nowadays as well, it is very much like, look what I'm doing and look like what you're not doing.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
also to the people like watching that, if you do see anyone's stories like that and you feel, because I got people post Christmas, obviously I posted about it and I was like, oh, this has like been the best Christmas, even though like I was on prep, like no one cared I was on prep. Like Max's family don't care. My dad's used to it. Like no one cared. No one noticed I wasn't having like everything and I wasn't food focused, and that was really nice.
Yeah.
And I think someone replied and they were like, and I ate everything, like sad face. And I was like, if you did, no
Good.
guilt. Yeah,
Yeah.
good. If I wasn't on prep, I'd be you, girl. Like I'd be enjoying myself as well. Like,
Yeah.
but I can't. Like I had a few things. I had some white chocolate Oreos, which were absolutely fantastic. And I said my like, and that was it. Like it wasn't anything that was like cool. I just couldn't. I just couldn't. And that was just only it because I'm on prep. And
Yeah.
that's okay. That if you did, no guilt. Like, don't have
Yep.
guilt around it. Don't like be like, oh, Phoebe stuck to plan. Now I feel guilty. Who
Yeah.
cares? Like, don't then be like, oh, I feel bad because you shouldn't. You've created
Yeah.
so many amazing memories, and like Christmas will always be such a or should be such an amazing time for a lot of people. So just enjoy. Um,
Yeah. I feel
I
like
think that's
that
pretty much it.
that I mean, it kind of leads us into the question that someone asked about balance in life with bodybuilding, not even just
Hmm.
Christmas time or holidays, but it's like there's so many people, and it's perfectly fine if you are this way. So no one take this the wrong way. But if you're so hardcore that bodybuilding is your 24/7 and you don't go and enjoy other stuff in life, and that doesn't mean that like you go and cheat on your diet because you're in prep. It means go and enjoy the event, but stay on your plan. Like there is
Hmm.
absolutely no harm in going, like, let's say it's 4th of July, right? And you're 5 weeks out of a show and there's going to be barbecue around and this and that. Like, it's not wrong of you to go to that event to be around friends and family and be outdoors and get some sunlight and just bring your Tupperware with you. Like
Hmm.
that's balance.
Yeah.
Like the balance of being able to not be that bodybuilder that wants to act so hardcore that your entire life is gym, home, sleep, gym, home, sleep. That's not a life. Like,
Mm.
if someone can enjoy doing that, by all means, go right ahead. But for most people, that is not a normal thing to do. And there is a mindset and mentality behind bodybuilding where you're going to have a more positive prep and more positive outcome when you do the things that you enjoy. And obviously, keep
Hmm.
it within the limits of what your prep entails. It doesn't mean like if you're going to go out at night with friends, don't go and have drinks, but you can still go out and dance for a couple hours. You can get those
Yeah.
extra steps. You can stay out late. Like it's fine as long as you're not losing anything from other areas. So,
Hmm.
and honestly, and not to like knock anyone, I see this mostly at that like amateur national level where people are like just want to act like it's so hardcore. I need to go pro. And
Yeah.
it's like it's not that deep. Like
Yeah.
you can enjoy life and get to the top. You can. Like honestly, Jazzy is one of the biggest like depictions
Yeah.
of this in the most positive way. I wish that more people like could view her life 24/7. When she came here to train with me back in January, we were 5 weeks out of the Arnold and we went out to a club until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Did she do anything off plan? No. She got
Yeah.
extra steps and she slept in the next morning and got her normal amount of sleep. But we were out, we were partying, we were having fun. No alcohol involved, no cheating on food or anything like that, but just fun. Like went out, danced, music around people. And
Yep.
that's how she gains her energy and her like aura and atmosphere around her to carry out those next 5 weeks. Cause that's something that she enjoys doing. And now she's like revamped and revitalized to finish out this prep. So it's like some people need that. So don't think amateur, national level, pro, don't think that you need to cut out fun parts of your life and things you're passionate about because you're in prep.
Hmm.
Literally, all you need to do is follow your plan. Like,
Yeah.
you eat your food, you do your cardio, you get your steps, you get your sleep, you drink your water, you go to the gym. That is not a lot of stuff to do. And like, you get that in and you don't cheat on that, you can go enjoy other things. You can go to the holiday event, just eat out of your Tupperware. You can go
Hmm.
out at night, just make sure you get your sleep and get your water. Like, that you can do all these things. And Jazzy's a perfect depiction of that, because you're talking about third place in the world right there 2 times in a row. So
Yeah.
argue with a wall if you want to say otherwise. Like,
Literally. It's crazy as well because like people are like, how do you fit it in? And I'm like, it's exact same as how you fit cardio in. Like any social event, like it's not like, and like you said, as long as it's not taking away from anything else. Like if you've got your training in, you've got your steps in, you've cooked all your food, what else is there to do? Like there's nothing else to do. Like you're not going to be sat there all day waiting and being like, right, I need to wait around for my cardio, or I would need to wait around. You've got like hours, we've got 24 hours in the day, you've got time. And even if you go to like social events and you don't go for the whole event, at least you've turned up and showed up for maybe 1 or 2 hours. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like you have to be out until whatever time or you have
yeah,
to do this or what. You can go for a small section. Like it's not like the whole thing. So like I also do think that sometimes people actually, I don't know if people maybe can't bear sometimes being around people that don't bodybuild, potentially.
that
Like I
too.
think
Yeah.
some people, which again, not a bad thing either, but like I do think that I sometimes don't mind when I'm not around. Like recently, obviously this prep, I feel like it's not really, there's bodybuilding in Dubai, of course. It's not as much as like the US, the UK, or anything like that. So I am around a lot more people that don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So like I don't really talk about it as much. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
like, why are you like I'll turn up to like a class like a couple of weeks ago. I turned up to a class and they're like, fucking hell, like you've gotten like so lean in the last like 2 weeks. Like what happened? And I'm like, oh, I'm getting ready for a show. They're like, what do you do? Like obviously it's just completely different.
Mhm.
So they don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but like I like that. I kind of like being able to switch off from that bodybuilder like mentality, not talk about
Yeah.
it, talk about normal shit for like 3 hours if I'm going to
Yep.
an event or going to other things because it allows that's my downtime from bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And I think for me, I've spoken about this previously on like my YouTubes and stuff like that. Like back in the day, I think in like 2022, I used to go to America. Obviously, I've spoken about this with you before. 2022, went over to the US for like 3 months. It was only bodybuilding. Again, served me a very, very good purpose. Back then, got seventh in the world, really, really good, successful prep. Did it the next year. Didn't enjoy it as much. It was a little bit more hard. Did it the next year. Worst decision ever. Like it, I think as I kind of gotten deeper into prep, sometimes it served me, sometimes it didn't, to just revolve myself around bodybuilding. And I
Mhm.
think now my most successful prep, I've probably been surrounded by bodybuilding the least, and it's been the most successful prep. Again, not saying that
Yeah.
needs to be the thing, but I have very much enjoyed the process of doing other things, doing my own thing, enjoying life whilst prep is also going on. And I feel like that's how my body's been so like just on it because I've just
Yeah.
had, obviously, yes, I've had 2 years off. So, of course, my body's a little more responsive, but I do feel like my mind is so much more at ease. My body is also then following that, you know? So, I do
Yeah.
feel like each to their own, of course. Like, it's the same as the Christmas thing. Like, if you want to, you know, have track your meals and stuff like that in Christmas, go right ahead. But it doesn't need to be your everything, like
Yeah.
every single, like, yeah, that's what I feel
Yeah.
like.
I mean, to everyone listening too, male and female, when it comes to like what you see on social media, like your favorite bodybuilder, your favorite bikini competitor, your favorite Olympian, what you're seeing that they put out of them in the gym on their stories, the the what I eat in a day stuff, it makes it look more hardcore in a sense of being strict than what they're actually doing. Like,
Hmm.
I can speak firsthand, like Regan Grimes, he, when you, if you're a new fan or a new follower and you look at his page and watch his stories, you're like, oh man, all he does is go to the gym, eat his food, and he plays video games to pass time. It's like, no, like I know the man. He likes to go out and have fun. He likes to, but he's not cheating on his diet or anything. Like he's always on plan, but he goes out and does things that he doesn't put on social media. Like
Yeah.
there's plenty of athletes like that. On their fitness page, you are going to see not everyone is open about their personal life. Not everyone is posting what they do on a day-to-day basis. On a fitness bodybuilding page, you are going to see that athlete's life involved in what they do with fitness. You're going to see them at their photo shoot. You're going to see them doing their clothing try-on haul. You're going to see them at the gym and eating meals, and that's usually about it. Not many
Hmm.
people are you going and posting yourself dancing in a bathing suit poolside like that. Like it's,
Or in a
not
coffee
many people.
club. Coffee
Yes,
clubs
not
are my fave.
yes, not many people show that side of their life, and it's like, wow, look at that, something completely non-bodybuilding related that you have fun
Hmm.
doing, and not everyone shows that stuff. So it's good when people are able to see that, and they're like, oh shit, they're actually people too. Like you don't need to be a robot to do this sport.
Yeah, literally, literally. I think it is tough because again, it people will always compare as well. Say, for example, or Laura Lee or a Jen, top in the world to potentially their beginning. And it's like you'll see them, like you said, do this, and maybe not so much their personal life, or maybe see their when they're in the prep. They're like, okay, cool, I need to be like that 24/7. But ultimately, they're not like that 24/7 either, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
I do think that to have longevity in the sport, for me, the goal is always longevity. So whether that be I'm on it 24/7 and I do that for a short amount of time and then I take a longer break, or I, give myself space in between. I have life as well. I enjoy outside things and so on. That's going to give me, for me, more longevity than
Yeah.
anything else. If I enjoy, I know, and I've said this multiple times, for me, I need to enjoy the process. Don't get me wrong, that's not me being like, oh my God, I have to enjoy my cardio every second of the day and I have to not be tired at all, because that's not realistic either. But I have to enjoy what and want to do the process. If
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by bodybuilding 24/7, I've noticed that for me, I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it because I don't want to be just a bodybuilder that's 24/7, because I'm more than that. So for me, I need to have a little bit of enjoyment, a little bit of downtime. And that's why obviously this time round, I'm obviously going to Arizona next week for a week, and then I'm coming back for the rest of the prep. Not going to be in the US for the most part, which is that's new for me, but
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I
And
think
anyone that
just do
hasn't
what it needs
seen
to.
Phoebe's recent post, that is a perfect depiction of what we just talked about.
Oh my God,
Like
that took me
everything
fucking
that you
forever
did,
to edit.
everything that you did leading up to getting back into that right mindset to be in a good place to prep. And it's
Hmm.
stuff that has nothing to do with bodybuilding. Some fitness stuff in there for sure, but
Yeah.
like stuff that you enjoy doing to get back on track. And it's like
Hmm.
that right there is like proof of everything you just said. So, and there's
Yeah.
some people that need that. Some people can be those hardcore, like I'm bodybuilder 24/7, but that's not most people. Like most
No.
people, even if you are that person, the like literally the only way you can be that person 24/7 if you're just a single person that lives on your own. Because if
Yeah.
you have a partner, if you have kids, you have some sort of time dedication that goes to them that isn't about bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So there is that balance no matter what, whether it's forced on you, whether you don't like it, there has to be, because there's other people involved.
Yeah.
So it's
I
very
do
rare
feel
that you
like
can be that.
I do feel like, yeah, you are correct with that. Like, I usually find it's where people that, again, they're either single or they don't have a significant other, or they are just, I don't know, not, yeah, it's usually people that are kind of separate, like, don't have as many people in their life. And that's also fine. Like, that's also okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
You're more, it's
find?
more so I feel like I would frown upon it much less, because you are just by yourself, do whatever you want. Like go ahead. If
Yeah.
you want to be locked behind a closed door, eat my meals, train, and that's it, cool. You're not affecting anyone. The second that, and I will say, like publicly, I will very much so look down on this. If you have a partner, significant other, if you have kids, and like you're like shunning them because I'm 8 weeks out of the show, like I can't go to my kid's school play, I can't do this on Christmas, I can't go to this birthday party,
Yeah.
like that's just foolish. Like bodybuilding is not your entire life. Your family, your significant other, your kids, they're literally the rest of your entire life past bodybuilding. Like bodybuilding's got a clock on it. So
Yeah.
like pour into everything.
I think it's an excuse for people as to when they like, yes, bodybuilding is a selfish sport, it's on us, but at the same time, it isn't because like I Max has been there since day one. He was the one that told me to get into bodybuilding one day randomly. He was like, you should try bodybuilding. You've got a great shape. And I was like, okay, 10 years later, like still doing it. And like I would not yeah, I look back and I'm like, yeah, I probably could. No, actually, no, I couldn't do it without him. I'm like, maybe I could. Like the independent woman in me is like, yeah, I could do it. I could do it without him. No, no, I fucking couldn't. I
Yeah.
definitely could not do it without him in terms of his support, his just in general, like just what like well-being around me and just patience
Mm,
because like again 2022 went for 3 months went to the US and prepped by myself to be the best version of myself like that's a big thing like
mm,
being away from your partner for 3 months like and just you know not being together anyway that's hard and
yeah.
I do think that if people forget that like there is someone else within the yeah like we said bodybuilding is a selfish sport but like you have to also think of the other person like you yes they'll be okay with it but also you don't want that to just be an excuse to be like oh it's fine they'll just deal with it because I'm on prep like that's
Yeah.
not an excuse either to
Nope.
act like an asshole do you know what I mean because
Yeah.
I do see that more sometimes oh I'm in prep so it's okay don't get me wrong I've had times where I've been a bit short with Max and I'm like just give me a sec. Like I'm a bit like, and
Yeah.
he'll want to push my buttons or try like if I'm overstimulated or
Yeah.
something, and I'm like, just give me a sec. I'm having a prep moment,
Yeah.
and like just with couple, like if you're in a couple and you're in a relationship, like communication honestly is the best thing in general, like in a relationship, but especially in prep. Because they don't know, especially if they don't know about the bodybuilding world, they don't know how you feel. Like they literally don't know how you feel. Yeah, like yeah, okay, I'll be tired. No, I'm tired and like I can't think for myself like right now. Just give me a sec. Like literally, that's all it is. You don't
Yeah.
need to like be an asshole or be too short or anything. Just take a second, communicate how you're feeling, and then go from there. That's literally it.
100%.
Like
Yeah. And there's
I think
nothing
it's
wrong with you
hard.
feeling that way.
No.
What's wrong is when it's like bottled up, you won't communicate with your partner, and then there's a blow up because of it. Like you
Yeah.
don't need to do things that are going to affect your relationship. You should be able to have that communication, and it's okay to know that you're feeling the way you do. You're in prep, obviously.
Yeah.
Like that's the selfish part of it is that you're putting yourself through that. You're going to hit that mental block where you feel that way some days, but on the respect side for your partner, you communicate that to them. Hey, this morning is just one of those fucking mornings. Like,
Mhm.
so
Because you're the one doing it. Like
yeah,
they don't know how you feel because they're not doing it. Like they might do
yeah,
even if they're like in a prep as well, they'll probably know how you feel, but they might not know in that moment what you're feeling. Like they might be, 10 weeks out, you might be 2 weeks out. Like it's completely different perspectives. And I
yeah.
think, a lot of people always like how you Max like obviously, handle being in prep and all that type of thing. But like obviously one we've gotten used to it now because it's literally been 10 years in and it's now like he knows little things that when I'll be more tired than others or what things not to do but like not to push my buttons in certain times or you know just give me a second give me a little bit more time to think about something if
Mhm.
I'm just being a little bit slow like it it's 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 a two-way street and I do
Yeah.
think that once you start to communicate that a little bit more it will start to show but I
Mhm.
think also give your I was going to say client for some reason, your partner
Partner.
more patience as well, because they're also
Yeah.
going through this prep. If you've never done it before, and then literally like, why is my girlfriend like upset with me for like fucking like she's tired and she's hormonal and all these things, and they have no clue why. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they are also going through this prep with you. They
Yeah.
are dealing with this with you, and they don't know what you're feeling. So you have
Yeah.
to communicate that. Um,
Is he coming with you
so
to the Arnold?
He is. He's gonna come. I'm gonna come out a little bit earlier, I think. Like not mid-February, but like maybe like 20th of February to
Okay.
Arizona.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
he's gonna come straight to Ohio. Because
Okay.
little things, what we've noticed, the last two preps he's come out with me and we've been like, let's document it, let's do this. I think also it's been nice having, and we've openly spoken about this. It's nice him obviously being there because I'm like, I want you there. I want you to one document it, of course, but like I want you there,
Mhm.
like support.
Yeah.
I like, you can get work out there if you need to. But I feel like that's actually had a hindrance on our relationship when I've made him come to my thing and not have his independence, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So we've kind of noticed that and we've been like, look, let's now if I do like in May, for example, I'm gonna go out to I think I'm gonna come out to the US and obviously hit a bunch of shows in May time, probably for like 4 or 5 weeks. He won't be coming with me, which is gonna be
Gotcha.
tough. But again, that's something that we've spoken about that we're like, I need to do that.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love for you to come, but I don't want you to sacrifice your work and what you're doing for my thing.
It
And I
makes
think
sense. Yeah.
over
Totally.
time, we've realized that. And I'm sure you've, in some ways, maybe had that with Kerrigan or something like that, where you've kind
Mhm.
of been like,
I didn't
right,
go to two. I didn't go to two of her shows this year. So
yeah.
yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard, like when you have to kind of be like,
Hmm.
I have to do my thing and like, you can't come, you can
Yeah.
come, but it's
Yeah.
going to then sacrifice your life and your independence and your
Yeah.
business. And I don't want that for you. You would do
Hmm.
that for me though. And you have done that for me. And it's affected your
Yeah.
your career and my
Yeah.
relationship, our
Yeah.
relationship. And I don't want that. So
Yeah.
I think that's also knowing in bodybuilding that's sometimes going to happen. Like that's some
Hmm.
like, depending on obviously what you do, like your partner's not always going to be able to be there. Like they also have a
Yeah.
life. And I think that is the selfish part in bodybuilding as well. What you're
Yeah.
doing in bodybuilding is the selfish part. You have to pick yourself, but they also have to pick
Yeah.
themselves too. You
Yeah.
know, that's
It's
not
one of
them
those
being
things
like,
too
I'm
where it's
never going to
like,
come to your show. I'm never going to come to your show because like I can't. But like
yeah.
they won't always be able to be there, you know?
Yeah. It's one of those things too. It comes down to just the aspect of being individuals, but also having the
Mm,
respect for like the reasoning of things. Like I
yeah.
want to go to all of her shows, obviously, but I have a business, I have work, and we have daily life too. So,
Yeah.
like, I didn't make it to her Hawaii show this year because it landed on the day that she flew out was the day that our moving truck got here for our moving into the new house.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, when we look down on paper, is it worth the financial part of it for me to fly to Hawaii with you? So, plane ticket, then whatever food we got to pay for me being there now, ticket to the show, all of that, and have to hire additional people to unload the moving truck for us.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the organization of that. We don't know where shit ends up.
Yeah.
Or do I just stay here and miss this show? We save the money, we can organize this, but I won't be there for the support of the show, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So you just land on what works best. And so life happens sometimes and you just can't make it. So
Yeah. I think again, communication with that is a huge thing. Like I think some shows I like say for example if you're a beginner like never compete before, obviously try and be like, can you please come to my first show if it's your first show and you're like, I want you there, of course.
yeah.
And if the reasoning is obviously behind it, if they can't physically be there or if there's a valid reason that you see is like, okay, that's fair enough that they can't be there, that's also fine. But like again, it's your thing. You have to
Mm-hmm.
remember what you're doing is your thing. Like it's
Yeah.
not theirs. It's their then duty to support you in what way they can,
Mm-hmm.
but it is still at the end of the day your thing. So like don't be it's a hard one because again like you want you as as a partner you'd want obviously to do as much as you can for them, but it also then has to kind of like make sure that they're not sacrificing too much either. Um
Yeah.
so yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It is very hard, but no, he will be coming to the UK one as well. So that's also 3 weeks. Like again, he'll
Is
be
he
coming to Columbus,
is he going to come
coming
with you here to after Columbus, or is he going to go home?
no. So this is the
Okay.
thing. He's then gonna go home because
Okay.
again, like that's what we were speaking about as well. I was like, how are we gonna work this around? Because like if we if you come to Columbus, you've then got to stay for 3 weeks. We've then got to fly to the UK together, and then that's
Mhm.
like you taking like what 4 or 5 weeks off work.
That's true. Yeah.
And that's a lot. Like, and he's also
Yeah.
like self-employed, and he's
And it's
just gotten
also on the
obviously.
it's important too, like the reason of like why. Like he wants to go to the Arnold, of course, to support you.
Yeah.
That's a great show. Be there to document it, be there to support you. And then after that, it's the do I come with you to Idaho, then to Arizona, then to the UK? What's the point of me going on these like going to Idaho and Arizona is just to like train and see your coach and then fly
Yeah.
home. So yeah, it definitely makes sense.
It doesn't serve him to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's yes, he'd love to support and stuff like that. And like it's great, but it just makes it more difficult for him to then. And I do feel like in an aspect where he did obviously like what was it last year? Yeah, last year, obviously come follow me around and obviously be in support there. I feel like we had that resentment for each other because he was there and he wasn't as such getting what he wanted from the trip, like in terms of
Mm-hmm.
like he had to obviously he is a videographer based in Dubai, and yeah, he's self-employed and he can kind of go anywhere, but he wasn't getting, work when we were in the US or anything like that, like
Makes
really,
sense.
if I'm honest. And then he was also saying no to work in Dubai while sitting there and being like, I'm not doing anything here,
Yeah, yeah,
So that resentment then builds up over time. And
yeah.
then what is it doing to the relationship? Do you know what I mean? So I think, and that's my decision because I was like, oh yeah, come. Well, it was both of our decisions, but like I was the one that was kind of like, come to, Vegas and we can, film and all that type of thing. When we were doing my prep in 2024. So I
Mm-hmm.
think you have to kind of weigh out both options, especially doing stuff like that. And I feel like that's like a 1% thing for sure. Like obviously 3 months, like a 3 month trip for anyone is kind of like a long thing.
That's long.
But I think in any like relationship, try and do what serves both of you the best thing, not just the one person, if that makes sense within bodybuilding. That's what I would
Yeah.
say anyway. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
Wow, good
Did you
30-minute rant we just went on about
I know,
relationships and
literally.
balance.
I was like, I didn't even realize. I was like, wait. So yeah, that's what
I
I
was like, we're
feel.
recording, right? We're not just talking to
Yeah.
each other about
Yeah, I
this.
know. I was thinking, I was like, have we recorded this? But there's no shows, there's no show recaps or anything that we've missed or anything like that since we've been away, is it? We've obviously got do you
National.
want
We
to,
talked about nationals, so
yeah, did you want to pull up the Arnold UK list?
yeah, let's do
Because we
that.
haven't spoken about that
Good.
because um obviously we had the Arnold US. And then the Arnold
Yeah, we did
UK,
US.
there is a lot more, which I think we said anyway, there's a lot more Europeans.
Yes.
So, which is really cool. Because I do think that there was a lot of people that were not upset, but I do think that an aspect of people were like surprised that there wasn't more. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. That there wasn't more
Um,
international competitors on the US
yeah.
list. Yeah.
Which I do think that people have to, it's always hard because I do think people have to remember that, yes, the Arnold's is an international show. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
Bikini International most of the time when you obviously read it and stuff. But at the same time, a lot of the top athletes are from the US or
Yeah.
Canada or around that kind of region. Not saying everyone is, but it then becomes hard because they're like, we want the top athletes there, but we also need to obviously pick people, outside and kind of like elsewhere as well. So where do we go with that, But I do actually think the US Arnold, there are quite a few, there's loads of international people.
Yes.
There's loads.
In the at the US Arnold, there's Brazil, couple European. There's a handful. There's a handful. There's a
Yeah,
lot
there's
more
quite
here.
a
A lot more here.
yeah, oh, yeah. So obviously we have, you've got Jordan, Ashley Courtswater, Ashlyn, me, Marie Eve, and Tiana from the Arnold US. Am I missing anyone else from that list?
No.
And then the rest
From the US, did
are
you say Savannah?
no, is in like from the US Arnolds that
Oh,
are
so yeah,
doing
Savannah's not in it.
both.
That's right.
Yeah, that are
Nope, I
doing
think that's it.
both.
I think that is
And
it.
then the extras will go from the bottom row up. So you've got um Sophia here, or she says Zolfia.
Yep.
Um, I think she's from Hungary.
Okay.
Have you seen her before?
I have, yes.
Yeah. She's obviously, I think all of these are Olympians. Everyone's an Olympian
I
as
think
well.
everybody, yes.
So a really, really good lineup, honestly. And then we've got Adriana, James's girl.
Adriana's Adriana is definitely someone who can be in that top five mix out of this
That would be interesting to
lineup.
see for sure because she's done really well this year.
She
Yeah,
killed it
this
this
year.
year. Yeah, she has 3 wins, I believe. Yeah,
Wow.
she won 3 shows this year and um placed decently at the Olympia. And then we'll get to her, but Alice as well, Marquisio.
Hmm.
She's kind of on that same
Hmm.
trajectory and placed really well at the Olympia. I think she was top 15.
I think she was potentially one of my favorite physiques.
She looks awesome.
Alice.
Incredible.
She has so much dense muscle, but it just looks so like pretty.
Yeah.
Like I think it was the Battle of the Bay. The one I think that was my favorite look from her.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so like I don't know. I just really, really liked the look, the overall look in general. I think
Yeah.
didn't she get second call out to the Olympia this year?
Yes. Yeah. I think she was top
Yeah.
15 or just like right outside of it, but
She's right outside of
she
it.
was second call out though. So you know she was in that top 16, top 17, however many
Yeah, it
names
was
there
like
are
that
there.
top 20 range because I think the
Hmm.
second call outs was like 22 because it was
Okay.
like oh no, not 22. It was like 18 because obviously the first round was like what 8 girls and then the second round
8.
was also 8 I think as well. So like yeah, 16. Um
Yeah.
so yeah, she looks fantastic. I don't
Yeah.
know obviously what she looks like now and stuff like
Yeah.
that,
That's
but
a great look.
she looks really like so much density, so much full
Yeah.
muscle. What was her
Very.
feedback from the do you know what her feedback was from the Olympia?
I can't remember. James told me to, and I cannot remember.
No, you're good.
I remember when we all went to New Tech to I was training a bunch of random people, and then James had his I think he had 6 girls in the Olympia, and they all went into the posing room do like photos and pose and stuff, and I went and sat in on it, and she was like one of the like just a huge standout to me and just like that wow factor way. Like of course like Jess and
Because she's
Evie are in
tall,
there
isn't
where they
she?
he's taller, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say like 5'6", 5'7". Um
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, so taller. Like obviously like Evie was in there posing and Evie's like just a phenomenal physique in general, but Alice just has that like wow factor when she poses in front of you. You're like the glutes are popping, the waist is tight, like nothing's missing. So obviously when you stand next to someone on stage, like they can show some of your flaws. Like someone might have a smaller waist, might have a better hourglass frame, but her by herself, she just looks like wow factor. So
Hmm. Yeah. And yeah, as you know, we always say, like, it is also about like when you stand next to each other, when you stand next to other people. So obviously, she has a lot of dense muscle. So it's like sometimes that could look too much next to other
mhm,
people. But I think as her own entity, she is fantastic. Like she's
yeah,
literally like, yeah,
yeah.
she's one of she was one of my favorites for sure
Yeah. And
this
obviously
year.
top 15, top 16 at the Olympia is a big statement. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like there's like some major critique on her where she wasn't even considered at the Olympia. Like she's won, I think she won 2 shows this year. Maybe 3 if I'm forgetting an international show, but and then she goes and gets second calls at the Olympia. So that's someone that's not lacking a whole lot.
No. And I think no, she's not qualified yet. Has
No,
she
she
won a
hasn't
show
competed
after
since
the
the Olympia, I
Olympia?
don't think.
But was Battle of the Bay? Oh no, Battle of the Bay was
Battle of the Bay is the
towards.
cutoff. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Okay, fair. So yeah, she was definitely one of my faves.
This
And
year, Battle of the Bay will be
then
one of the first shows for the next year's Olympics. They backed everything
oh,
up to
that's
August.
clever. Because wait, did they
Yeah.
do it after?
So
Like
the
the week after?
so it used to be Battle of the Bay was the cutoff weekend. So that was the last show to get you qualified for the Olympia. Now that the Olympia backed up or moved forward, I guess you'd say another month to
Yeah.
September. The cutoff show is that new one, the Gold's Gym Classic.
Yeah.
That's the cutoff date, that August 29th, August 30th, I think it is. So that's the new cutoff date.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so then we've got this girl I don't think I've seen before, or I can't
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is
remember.
either.
I think she might have gone to the Olymp. Yeah, she has gone to the
Yeah,
Olympia.
she was this year. Yeah.
She's got good physique.
I feel like we've looked at her in a
We
show
have,
since
yeah,
Olympia.
same. I feel like
Yeah.
I think this is
Looks very
Japan.
familiar.
Japan. This was
Yeah, Japan
Japan.
Pro. Yeah, that okay. We looked at her a few weeks ago. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she looks good.
Great glutes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think, Yeah, I'm not too sure. Where
This is definitely one
else?
of our, when we talk about the best stage productions, this one's up there. This
Oh
is
my
so
God, yeah,
sick.
that's
So
mine. That was
sick.
mine, honestly. And that's another reasoning as to why I want to go. Again, I like that because I think she's from, I want to say she's from Russia. Is that the Russia flag, potentially?
I have no
So
idea.
I think I think it's cool again, like having such a diverse kind of split in terms of who's coming to the UK for the Arnold's UK, obviously. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it'll be cool to kind of see her what she's improved on. And I mean, again, a lot of these girls, I think all of them maybe, not all of them, but obviously most of them went to this year's Olympia. So like it'll
Hmm.
be cool to see what have they improved on from then to now. Because again,
Yeah.
I do think that even, we've listened to podcasts, we've seen loads of people compete since the Olympia. A lot of people didn't come in at their best at the Olympia. So like it'll be cool to see what everyone has then improved on since then. So that'll
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
And then we've got Sarah. Where is she?
And Zeddy. Yeah. I don't know what
There.
her, yeah, Sarah. Yep. She's competed
Um,
somewhat recently too, hasn't she?
yeah, she was at the Olympia. She got fifth call out. I
No,
think she got
since
fifth.
since then though,
Oh,
I
since
think that
then,
I thought she did a show. I could have sworn we looked at her too. What's that one right
Romania,
there? Yeah, okay. There you go.
Romania, and she also did um Spain. So she got fourth at
Okay.
Romania alongside
Carrie, Victoria.
Kerry, Victoria,
Yep.
and Alina. Um,
Carrie's in the UK, Arnold, right?
yeah, she's doing the UK Arnolds, which again, that this is her first UK Arnolds as well. I think a lot of these people, this is their first UK Arnolds
Yeah.
potentially
And
as
she's
well, which
actually
is
from
cool.
there, right?
Yeah, Kerry's from the UK. Funny enough, Kerry's actually, we're from the same town.
Oh, wow. Did you guys
Literally
know
like
each
this.
other like in
We
that
used to
town or?
train to, yeah, we used to
Oh, that's
train
funny.
together. We when we were getting our pro, we both got our pro cards together. So she did a
Nice.
different federation when she first started. And she was running that circuit. Then she switched and started to go to the NPC IFBB. And then she was tracing for her pro card. We used to go to the same gym, and both of our like first show photos are next to each other on the wall, which is
That's
so
funny.
cool. So it's so
That's
fun.
really
Like
cool.
I text her and I was like, it. Who would have thought? Literally, both of us, both like Olympians, both going to the UK Arnold's. Like it's fucking
Yeah,
crazy. Like we used to
that's
talk about
awesome.
literally trying to go pro, and like now we're both like in the doing the big stuff. So it's really cool to
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
awesome.
Um, but yeah, Sarah, I think this is she's again like one of the ones that have been in Europe like circling a lot of the shows and pretty much is always in that top range again. In terms of like she's always in the top call outs. So it'll be cool to kind of see what she then looks like next to again different physiques. Like
Hmm.
Ashley, Ashlyn, Jordan, me,
Yeah.
that type of thing. So because again, it's a case of a lot of these girls, obviously, yes, we're at the Olympia, but potentially weren't as in a smaller proximity with those, high level physiques. So
Hmm.
like what will they look like like matched up to against them? So that'd be cool to see for sure.
Yeah.
And then and then we've got Kerry, who yeah, she's done fantastic this year. I think she's
Yeah.
pretty much gotten like almost top three in every European show she's done this year. And then let me see if she's got physique. I think this was her most recent physique update on the December.
2 weeks
I
ago.
yeah, yeah, I think around December 13th, around 2 weeks ago. So I think yeah, she looks fantastic. I think the main thing for her is that she just making sure, and she spoke about it openly before, is bringing her waistline down in her front pose. Um, which she has mentioned something about she's had something with her gut and stuff like that. So she's kind of, I think she said this is going to be interesting because she's going to have to battle through that whilst also prepping now. So it'll be a different kind of prep to what she's just done recently. So that'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool to kind of see how she handles that and stuff. But I think once she gets, that down, I think she's going to be very, very competitive. I mean, she's already competitive now, but even more so in the US and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. I'm reading her caption. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'd be
Looking forward
cool.
to seeing her up there. I love Carrie's physique. I watched her compete other than Olympia at the Sasquatch Pro in Washington like 2 weeks before the Olympia, 3 weeks before,
Yeah.
and she looked awesome.
Yeah.
Big fan of her physique.
Yeah, she's got a really, really good overall physique. I think she's only getting better with time as well. Like every show she's done a lot of shows as well. Like this year, I don't know how many shows it was, but like I'm pretty sure it was pushing 8, which is a lot of shows.
Yeah,
Like that's
it's a
a
lot.
lot. So it's cool to see that how she's gotten better from the first show to like the last one she did.
Hmm.
Um, and
Who's
then
up
you've got
next?
Savannah.
Who's that Phoebe
But
Hagan?
Weeby Hagan, I don't know who she is. I don't know what the hell she's doing up there. Yeah, I'm so excited for this one. Like, just because the UK, it's like my dad's gonna be there, my sister can come. Like, like I think Max's family is gonna come for the first time. They've never seen me compete before on stage, so like they're gonna come watch. Like, I think there's just something so special doing it in your hometown, like or home
Yeah,
country.
I bet
Do you know what I mean? So like, it's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited.
that'd be cool.
And the atmosphere is always like, especially the one, what was it, last year? Yeah, the Arnold UK last year was so much fun. So I think it's going to be better. They obviously had the year off. They didn't do it in 2025, so now they're going to do it in
Hmm.
2026. I think they're really going to get bigger and better, which is going to be fun. So
Yes, great.
I'm
You got Lisa
excited.
next to you up there.
Yeah, Lisa.
Like,
Did she did the Olymp? No, she didn't do the Olympia, did she?
she
Was
did
it
the
she
Olympia,
sick?
but she got sick. Like, well, she didn't compete in it. She was there, and literally the day before, got
Yeah,
like something went on. I train her, so yeah,
yeah,
she's. I was upsetting that she couldn't get up there, but health first for sure when it's a big scare like that.
yeah. What would you
And it had
say?
nothing to do with her prep for anyone listening. It was literally like
Yeah.
an infection she got the day before. She was on the couch, just like not feeling it. So
Yeah, that's fair. That sucks when it comes to that, where you're like, yeah, I'm physically here. Like I could step on stage, but like it's not going to be good if I do. Do you know what I mean? And then at that point, you're kind of like, what's the point in me just stepping on stage
yeah.
and knowing I'm not my best in terms of like I'm not going to be bringing a good physique. I'm not saying it
Mhm.
wouldn't be a good physique, but like, yeah, it's hard when it comes to that because I think the last show she did was
She competed in a post Olympia show. Didn't
yeah, this was
didn't go
this is
her way very
Prague.
well. She tried to bounce back really like a little bit too fast. I feel like after being down for the count after the Olympia.
This was Prague,
But
which wasn't that far after the Olympia anyway. This was like
mhm,
2 weeks, 3 weeks after.
yeah,
So I think that's hard. Yeah.
look good. Just wasn't her best. I feel like she needed just a little bit of time in between after needing that time off after Olympia. But
Yeah.
I'm excited for her for Arnold UK having the what 3.5 months in between to really dial it in.
Yeah. What is it that she needs to work on from a training perspective?
The number one thing we wanted was more glute growth and projection to really give that illusion of a smaller, like tighter waist. That was the
Okay.
number one thing. Number one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Overall, she has crazy muscle density. Like
Yeah.
some of the best muscle density, or I should say most muscle density, like I've seen on a bikini competitor that I've trained in person, and I've trained a
Hmm.
lot. Even like I was training her, putting her through like a little photo shoot training session, like 3 days out of the Olympia. And Kerrigan was like, she is so dense. Like, look at her glutes. Like, she's over here training next to me, and like came over because I'm looking at Lisa hitting her back pose, and it was ridiculous. So
Yeah.
definitely got a lot of muscle on her. It's just a matter of really bringing it in and all for the stage. But she's won a lot of shows. She's won like 3 or 4 shows, and she's been in
Yeah. She's done
Olympia
a lot.
every
She's
year for many years.
it says here, 4-time
Oh
pro
yeah.
winner and 3-time Olympian. So
Yeah.
like it, and the thing is, I think people like obviously I think now more than anything, because we see like so many people with like big wins. So for example, Amy, 18 is a lot. And that's not knocking
Oh
you
yeah.
because that's insane. But
Yep.
like people then are like, oh, 2 or 4 is like not that many. I'm like, to win a
Yeah.
pro show is
Like
fucking hard. To get quali again, it's like,
yeah.
oh, first time Olympian. Like, oh, it's only the Olympia. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that's hard to do in itself. Like to
Like
get
people thinking that the numbers
hard.
won't get reduced a lot. Like I don't think they're going to get reduced like crazy, but you will see a good 20-25 less people at the Olympia because winning 2 shows to get there is not easy to do. It's not.
Yeah.
Especially when you know that people like you or Ashley or Jazzy or Amy are going to run multiple shows. Like
All of them.
it's not easy to beat any of them.
No.
So it's like to win 2 shows in 2026 is not an easy feat whatsoever.
I think this is going to be, without a doubt, 2026. Of course, it's my comeback year, but 2026 is going to be the hardest year to get
Oh,
qualified
big time, big
because
time.
even Laura Lee recently just spoke about it on her podcast, and she said like she wishes that she did more shows previously before the Olympia, and she's potentially probably going to hit a few shows in between as well, which I think is smart. Issa's coming
Yeah.
back; she's going to do
Yep.
shows. Potentially, I don't know what Jen's doing. People have said that she might compete. I don't know, so I'm not going to speak for her, but I have no doubt she's not just going to cut. Surely she's
Yeah.
not just going to show up for the Olympia and
We
that be
will
it.
for everyone listening, we will get Jen on here soon. She'll
That'd
talk
be
about
so
it.
fun.
So
Yeah, that'd be fun. So I think also as well, people are realizing it used to be a thing where, you know, if you're a top pro or you're kind of at that level, just focus on the Olympia. Don't do other shows. You don't need to. But because the evolution of bikini, because there's so many people now, and it's not because it's constantly changing, but because you kind of need to know like what you need to bring
Mhm.
to be your best on stage. I think it used to be a thing like just focus on the Olympia and just come in at your best, but like not everyone's like just hitting their best at that Olympia. Like it's like you need to kind of have that like show before, kind of see where you're at, make those few changes within those few weeks, and then get onto the Olympia stage. That's kind
Yeah.
of now, honestly, what like a lot of people are realizing because ultimately like you can't just step on stage and just show up at the Olympia now. Like even the
Yep.
top, like you've seen it now, like Ashley can't do that. Not say she can't, but it's been proven like you can't. You don't just step on stage and then that's it. Same with Laura Lee. Like you need to see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Yeah.
this year more than anything has kind of been a bit more evident for them and for everyone like watching it as well. So I think 2026 is going to be like one of the most
Yeah.
competitive year and one of the most exciting because we're going to see so many people like on stage outside of the
Yeah.
Olympia, which
Yeah.
will be
And
fun.
I do love that, like you said, a lot of the top girls are going to be doing more shows. I was on the phone with Laura Lee right before you and I hopped on. I was passing time since someone wanted to be 45 minutes late, everybody.
Sorry.
Um,
Sorry. Wait, no,
she's
I wasn't
actually,
45 minutes. I was only
oh, it was like
30 minutes
20.
late.
Yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. But I actually had it wrong in my calendar. I had it done for 7, not 7:30. So to me, it was
Mm.
like 45 minutes late. But then I was like, oh, never mind, only like 15,
Oh,
20. But yeah, we
okay.
were talking. I was passing time, and she's actually helping me build out a gym. We were talking about a bunch of equipment and stuff. But
Ooh.
yeah, we could talk on that later. Yeah, there's a really cool topic with that. But yeah, she's doing more shows than just the Arnold and the Olympia, so it'll be
That's so
very, very,
cool.
very
Yeah.
fun year upcoming. So, and she will be her best ever, 100%.
I think this is going to be really cool. Yeah, for sure. I'm excited. Okay, so we had Lisa, we've had obviously Marie Eves, doing the
So excited to see
Arnold's.
Marie get up there because
Yeah.
yeah, I know she's wanted to do the Arnold before or like wanted to apply and getting into it this year. I love seeing her name up
Well,
there. And
she got third at both shows previously before. So she did this in
yes, that
2024 when
was
I was
20.
competing.
Yeah, I would say like 2 years ago, I think.
2024.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
she did both of those. And I think that was kind of her like that was probably like her not biggest like win or like but one of the major ones because
It
she
was a
got
breakout
third.
moment for her that put her
Breakout,
in that
yeah,
like
that's
spotlight. Like, oh
yeah.
shit, who's that? So
Because I'm
yeah,
pretty sure third. Who did the 2024?
2024.
Angelica. Angelica was fourth. I was fifth. Who was second? Amy and Laura Lee. So she came behind Amy and Laura Lee, third behind Amy and Laura Lee in 2024.
Yes. Wow. I was blanking on that one. Yeah.
So that's a very, very good. And then I think obviously the UK Arnold, did she get third there? Or was it fourth? Yeah, it was third. Vanya won. Okay, I might be off with that
Vanya
because
won
I've
this year.
no, but Vanya won the UK
UK
Arnold.
24.
But I can't wait. Well, Marie Eve might have gotten second. And she got third in one of them. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she did both and she got third in both. I'm pretty sure. But I can't remember which one. But I remember in the UK she definitely got third there. Because that was when Vanya won the UK
Mhm.
Arnold. So but I also might be wrong in saying that, or Marie Eve might have gotten third or fourth at that one. I can't specifically remember. But regardless, it was her breakout moment that year where that was a really, really good physique for her.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was cool.
Vanya is another one that we'll get to see compete a handful of times this upcoming year too.
Exactly. Especially, obviously, she's obviously had the injury now. Coming back, she's going to have to compete because she needs
Yeah,
to qualify.
she's
Was it
qualified.
true?
She's close to 100%, like physique wise, like injury wise, and she's gonna be pushing here soon. And you'll see her out there a good handful of times.
Yeah. And then you've got where's this one here? Nina, I think is that Neva?
Is that
Neve?
Nevea? Nevea.
Nevea.
Yeah.
Nevea.
I can only see
Nevea.
the last name on that
I know,
picture,
I'm
and I'm
like,
like,
I
what's
can't
their
actually
first
see the
name?
names. I
Yeah.
can't see the names at all. Um, yeah, she was another one. She did Southern
Yeah,
Muscle this year.
this was her she did really well there, and this was her first Olympia, I believe, this year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
She's a physique. Again, we've spoken about her quite a few times, and she's obviously has she done a few shows since the Olympia as well? Oh yeah, she got second
Yeah.
with because she did what was the show that Ashley just did recently?
Northern California? No, circa Argentina. Argentina.
Yes, that's the one. Argentina. So she got second next to Ashley, which is very, very good.
Yeah.
Um, so top two. And I think she
Yeah.
definitely has improved since Southern Muscle, and they look
Ashley,
comparable.
if you're listening to this, bring this look and you can win everything this year.
Yeah, she looks really, really, really good. She's
Yeah.
looked so much better. Again, I think everyone really, I don't know if the Olympia was just a little bit off or different or whatever, but like
Everybody was off in some way at
it
the
was
Olympia.
so different,
Literally.
so
Yeah.
different. And I don't know if that's like a pressure thing, like where everyone's putting like, maybe way too much pressure on themselves. Again, like
Yeah.
I've said, they had to peak three times. Everyone itself probably had to peak three times because you've got comparisons, like the
Mm,
numerical comparisons, then you've got your own individual, and then you've got numerical comparisons. So every single
yeah.
person on that stage had to peak three times, which isn't easy to do. So by the time they've seen you the third time, you could look way different to the first time they've seen it.
Yeah.
They saw
Yeah.
you. So that's
And
hard. That is hard.
what Phoebe means by peak three times for everyone listening, Olympia had 70 people in it. So
Yeah.
after you do your numerical comparison, before you come back out for your individual walkthrough, you're waiting 20 plus minutes. Then you do
Hmm.
your individual and you have what, 60 seconds at Olympia or 30?
45.
45. You have 45 seconds across 68 people. So you're either, if you go first, you're waiting like an hour before you come on stage for callouts. If you go
Yeah.
last, you waited an hour for it to get to you. So you're literally peaking three separate times.
Because I think Vanya was the first on because she's Augustine, so or her second name begins with an A. So
Mm.
she's either the first or the second on. And I remember she was like, I'm always the first on. So like back in the day when you used to have to do your individual and then stand on the side of the stage, she was always like, that's my worst thing ever because I'd literally have to wait through every
Yeah.
single person's individuals. And that was, way back when, like, say, for example, 2019, 2020, they used to make the pros wait on the side of the stage at some shows. And that was when,
Mm.
like, it was like a trend to make your routine really long for no reason, have no clue why, but you just did
Yeah.
it for like a minute, 20 seconds for some reason. And she had to sit through all of that and stand
Yeah.
on stage like, I'm dying here.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
speaking of that, just want to give a shout out to Nationals really quick, because I've been told by a couple promoters and judges that they listen to our podcast. But shout
Ah,
out at Nationals because this was the first time I've seen a show run this way, where in every division, especially for bikini and fit model, that were packing the house with how big the class sizes were. After the individual routine, they did not have anybody walk off stage and walk all the way back around. They sent them straight to the diagonal, or they called them all out to the diagonal and called them off by name from the diagonal. So everybody was already on stage. There was no taking the time
oh
to get on
really?
stage, to walk up the ramp, to walk back around. They called out every single person in the class, all 20, 25, 30, line them up on the diagonals, and then one at a time had them walk to center, do their routine, walk back to their spot. That had to save
Oh,
probably 30 minutes per division doing that. So that
yeah.
was amazing. Amazing.
That's
Yeah.
always hot. That's always so, and this is exactly why I get my girls to do posing stamina all the time because they don't usually run it like that. They
Yeah.
usually get you
Yeah.
to come on and you get that little bit of time in between,
Mhm.
but you had to stand on stage and you're exposed. Like the judges can
Yeah, you're
still see
exposed the
you.
whole time. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like Laura Lee, and Kerrigan were sitting like right behind Tyler, and he's doing what he does. And the best way is he knows who he's wanting in like certain call outs. And you can see him scanning the diagonals. Like someone finishes the routine as they're walking back, he's scanning and he's looking to see who's holding their pose, who's fidgeting, who like he can see, you could see it all, who's letting the
You can
stomach
see
hang,
it.
like
And
who's
I
breathing
like that they
heavy.
do it like that because I
Yeah.
do think that sometimes, yes, it's like, it's harder, but that's the point. That's the whole point. Like it's supposed to be hard. It's not going to be easy to like get your pro cards. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not going to
Yeah.
be easier than you think. So I like that they do it like that. Definitely not for the pros. If you could keep it like that separate for the pros, just because we're on stage for longer, that'd be
I
great.
mean, you guys
But
actually get a full routine. So yeah, it
yeah,
definitely makes
literally.
sense.
So, but I do think that I did. How did they do it before? Did they do so? Not before. Did they do the individuals before comparisons still?
No, comparisons go first. The numerical comparisons are first.
Have they changed that? Is that like a new thing? Because they didn't used to do that. It used to be
Did
like
they not?
before. Unless it's just a European thing, because in
Might
Europe
be a European thing.
we always do individual first and then comparisons.
Might be a European thing because for at least as long as I can remember, I'd like always like when like novice girls are like asking me what to expect for years, all I can remember saying is like, yeah, your stage time is going to go like this. And it'd always be numerical comparisons. Then you'll get called back up. You'll all line up at the ramp and come back out for individuals. And then you'll have
Oh,
call outs.
oh, so
So
you do, yeah. So you do individuals before the actual call outs,
the
though.
actual call out,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Okay,
always.
yeah, yeah.
Always.
I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what? They do. I
Mm.
was like, then what's the point?
No,
Does
no,
individuals not even
numerical
count?
comparison. Yeah, numerical
Yeah.
comparisons first, and then they'd usually
Okay.
send them all off from there. They'd wait at the ramp, and then one at a time come out, walk back
Yeah.
off, come all the way back around. Everyone does the individuals, then you're all called back on stage, the diagonals, and then called out for first call outs.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Some shows, though, I have seen recently, they have kind of done it where they have done the individual. If it's, again, this isn't usually like a national show, maybe like a regional, they've
Mm,
done the individual in the evening. So they've done
mm,
obviously kind of like the numerical call out, the comparison, and then not done the individual and just wait till the evening.
yeah.
Which again, sometimes that happens at regional shows, which again is why you kind of run through potentially different kind of ways of, practicing your posing because not every show is going to be the same because they might not have time to do your individual in that moment.
Yeah.
They also might not be big enough to be like, yeah, we know we need to see your individual before because we've already kind of seen you kind of by yourself where you're like in a smaller proximity if it's a smaller class,
Yeah. Yeah.
So the judges decide that and that's okay because they're the judges. So but yeah, okay, that's cool because I literally was like, wait, the individuals go after the comparisons? That's weird. So yeah. um and
All
then
right.
you've got
Savannah. Savannah
Savannah.
is awesome.
I am so excited to like we're in a little like group chat with Fit Body Fusion girls for the girls going to the UK. I'm so excited to spend time with her because she seems so funny.
She
She
is
seems
the
like
most like
so
hilarious person ever.
everyone always
Yes.
says she's so funny and like she's just like cracks a load of jokes and like
Yep.
she's just fun to be around. So I'm like, I'm so excited to spend time with you.
Yeah. If anyone doesn't
So
follow Savannah and you just like want to laugh at stuff sometimes, some of the stories that she posts,
yeah, I
you
see.
die
She's
at. It's
one. She'll
hilarious.
just put loads of memes on her stories, and I'm
Hmm.
just like, this is fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yep.
So, she looks
That's
fantastic
like her in
now.
person though. She's like a walking meme. Like
Oh my God, I love
she's
that.
just got one-liners all the time. She's got hilarious shit to say all the time.
I think
And she's a
she
really good
posted,
competitor. I love Savannah's physique.
yeah, this is her at 12 and a half weeks out, which is really, really good. Because obviously, again, she's kept it tight, probably post Olympia. Did she do it? She didn't do a show post Olympia. I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
so, no.
No, she didn't do a show post
Wait,
Olympia.
did she do San Diego?
I don't think she did.
I
I don't.
think she did. I
I don't think she
think
did. There's no. Oh, yes, she did.
99.
Yes, she did. Yes,
Yeah.
she did. I'm a liar. She got fifth. Yeah,
Yeah.
she got fifth. So yeah, she did do it. She looked fantastic as well.
Yeah.
I liked this purple on her because I think she usually wears blue. Oh no, she wore
I
purple
think
at the
I've
Olympia.
always seen her in like a purple blue. I don't know if I've ever seen her in like
Well,
a
I
red
mean,
or
we don't know. I don't clearly know what purple and
you
blue
don't
is
know colors,
anyway.
so just
So
stop.
I'll just
Oh,
stop.
I
So I'll just
lied.
cut
There's
it
her in a
there.
red right there. Never mind. I'll
Oh
just
yeah,
shut
she
up
does
too.
wear purple. I don't what why am I like thinking she's in blue? I've seen her in blue before though, but I like this purple on her. I
Wait,
like
wait,
this
wait. Let's
purple
get
on
the
her.
comment section going again. Scroll down.
No.
Right there. That Sasquatch lighting. What color is
That's
that backdrop?
that's fucking purple. That's actually purple.
That one's hard to tell, but it's like a
That's no,
purplish
that is
blue.
definitely
I won't,
purple.
I definitely won't like
Look, she's put a
knock you
purple
saying that's not
heart.
purple. I definitely won't knock it saying it's not. Okay, Tiana put a pink heart. Does that mean it's pink?
No, but she's put a purple heart. That's purple. There's
Yeah,
no way
that's
that's
100%
blue.
purple. Wait,
There's
wait, wait,
no
wait, 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 wait. Did you just say that's blue?
No, I said there's no way
Oh
that's
my God.
blue.
Okay, yes, no, that's purple for sure. I was like, no way you
Jesus.
just said that.
Jesus. No.
We're on the same page today. We agreed on that one.
At least. Fucking
Is
hell.
that I
Okay.
don't know if, why did I never see this? I don't know if I ever saw her in that red. Okay.
No, neither did I. But
Hmm.
she's definitely worn blue before, like a blue, like a
Yeah,
dark,
definitely.
a royal blue. But I do like this purple, like this
That's one of my
color
favorite colors on
on
her. That
her.
one looks great.
Yeah. So I think I'm interested to see what she'll obviously need to work on in terms of like what she needs to do to kind of push up the ranks and stuff to, you know, go from there. Is
Hmm.
it density? Is it muscle? Conditioning? Who knows? So it'll be cool to kind of see in the next kind of like 15 weeks, like what she's been working on since San Diego for sure.
Yeah.
So that'd be fun. And then, and then
Carrie, we
obviously
looked
everyone
at.
else, we had,
We've looked at everybody in previous shows. We've
yeah,
looked at
we
Joanne.
have.
We all know Ashley. We all know Ashlyn.
And
Who?
then we've
Okay, so
got,
we talked about this on the Arnold US. Oh, go to whoever else you're gonna go to. I was gonna like look at who might be in that like mixture of that first call out because after like Ashlyn here, it's not as like heavy in that like automatic top three, automatic
yeah.
top four as the Arnold US is. So
Hmm.
this is a much more mixed lineup. I like it a
And
lot.
this will be cool to see as well because, again, a lot of these girls like Alice, Sarah, Sophia, Adriana, Kerry, all I would say top European pros.
Hmm.
What and then
Yeah.
what will they look like next to? But again, when I say top European, I'm not saying like they're not top pros anyway because they are. But then Adriana, where did she come at the Olympia? Third
When
call
did she
outs?
what? Yeah, she got
Did
third
she
call
get
outs.
third call outs? Third call outs.
Third call outs, and then Alice got second. She was top
Alice
15, top
second,
16.
Kerry fifth, Sarah fifth, which again, that doesn't mean anything because again, they could improve, they've definitely improved since then. But then what do they look like next to girls from the
Yeah.
US? Do you know
Well,
what I
on
mean?
top of
Like,
that
and
too, look at the ones that have done US shows and beat the good girls. Like
yeah,
Adriana did Sasquatch and beat Alice Rocha
yeah.
and a handful of other girls that were there. You had
Hmm.
Alice, who's won a lot of shows. I can't remember who she beat at Battle of the Bodies, but that's a big US show that a lot of
Yeah,
people jumped into. There were a
exactly.
good amount of people in there, and she beat them all. And then she got top 15 at the Olympia too. So it's like that's someone who, when you look at the numbers game, when you look at like the bodybuilding statistics, like her and Jordan are neck and neck with each other when it comes to actual placing, right next to each
Hmm.
other at the Olympia. Both have won a handful of shows. So it's like, to me, when you're looking at like take Ashlyn and Ashley out of it, because I feel like that to me that's an automatic top two just because of how consistent they are.
Hmm.
Obviously, I think that other people can jump in there. Like honestly, the way you're looking, the way that Alice has looked, anything can happen at that in that regard. But just bodybuilder math, take Ashley and Ashlyn out of it. After that, I could see it being Alice, you, Adriana, Marie Eve. Like there's a good amount of names right there that are pushing for that third place spot. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I think it's
agree.
very competitive in that top call out.
Yeah, I agree. And again, because it's in a smaller proximity now where there's not multiple girls, it is what, 18? You're going to be seen.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they can see you. They're gonna see you.
Yeah.
Like when you're standing on the side of the stage, this is what I love about the Arnolds, is like when you're standing on the side of the stage, it's not like rows and rows. It is literally your own road. That's it. Like they
Hmm.
can see you
Yeah.
every moment you're on stage. So like, everyone, they're not going to miss anyone. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's going to be really cool to kind of see what then kind of comes from that. So that'd be fun.
I want to see Marie
Um,
Eve do so well because her coach is Drew. Drew's like my boy, like it's one of my
yeah,
good friends in the
Drew's
industry.
my
I just
boy.
want to, yeah, I just want to see him do so well. Like I want to see them kill it together. So
It was nice because
it was his first Olympian he ever got. Like as with him as the prep coach, not just with
yeah,
him like doing something else for the team with
yeah.
them. It's like he was the prep coach, and it was fucking awesome to see. So
I think I listened to Jordan and Shauna. Is it Shauna or Sean?
Sean,
They're
Sean
Sean.
Hector.
Yeah, their podcast together. Their recent
Mm.
one, I think she obviously spoke about the UK Arnolds a little bit, and obviously she said like, "I'm so happy for Drew." Like when he literally saw the poster, he was literally like, "Oh my God," like so happy.
That's
So like
awesome.
it's so nice like when it's like your first like athlete doing something like that. Like I
Yeah.
remember when I got my first Olympian, or like someone reached out to me and they were going to the Olympia like to pose, and I'm like, you're trusting me with your like it's just so like
It's
it's
awesome.
so like
Yeah.
rewarding. It's so rewarding. So it's cool
Yeah.
that you can like be on the journey with them and stuff like that. So that's cool.
Yep.
So yeah, and then the last two athletes from the show is um
I don't know
I
if we've
can
looked at
never
her.
pronounce her name. We have looked at her before, but I can never pronounce her name, and I don't know why. Um She's done the
Natalia.
UK Arnold's, yeah, Natalia. She's done this before, the UK Arnold's before. She's done it twice, actually, I think, I'm pretty sure, or once. Once or twice before.
Four time Olympian too, and she's
Yeah.
placed in the top. She placed 13th before. Okay, damn.
Yeah, she in 20, that must have been 2020. Yeah.
2020, yeah. And then
Yeah.
she's
Yeah,
made it
UK
23,
Arnold's,
24, and 25.
UK Arnold's 2022, 2024. I do think that. I was like, I'm pretty sure she's done it twice before. So yeah, she did 2022 and she did 2024. So she's been there quite a few times. This is her third Arnold now.
She looks
That's third
awesome in
Arnold
that
is
pinned
really
photo.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, this one.
that's a really good front pose.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
so nice. Did she recently just compete?
she did the Olympia.
She did the Olympia, but she also got like third at recent shows as well. So when Sally
Taiwan.
got,
The
so when
monsters in
Sally,
Taiwan.
yeah. So when Sally won, I'm pretty sure she got second or third. I think it was third.
Okay, sure.
So,
Yeah,
and then yeah, I think she did quite a few Asian shows as well. She got
yeah.
fourth here.
Her name is definitely on that points list. This looks like a good handful of shows
Yeah, oh
to
yeah,
qualify that.
100%. Yeah, she's done fourth here as well. Yeah, for sure. She's definitely did quite a few shows post Olympia, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, another fourth here. She got fourth in four, I think four shows in a row she might have gotten fourth. Three shows in a row she might have gotten fourth. I'm pretty sure. So, oh, someone's
Nice.
messaging me. Um, and then last one here.
Scroll up. Try to pronounce her name. And never mind.
Die,
Da
die,
Yiming? Da
die,
Yiming?
yeah.
Oh, I was just looking at the Instagram handle. Dai? Da? I always
Die.
wish I could like pronounce these better.
I know I'm really bad when I'm very dyslexic as well. So like when I look at names, I'm like, I'm gonna butcher this. I'm really sorry. So um this will be
Looks
cool to kind
great.
of,
That
yeah,
photo on the
she's
top
got
right there
very
in the red's awesome.
this one.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
cool
she's got a
shot.
great physique. Really, really nice like balance and stuff and shape. And like I always feel like genetically, there's a lot of Asians that have really nice round, dense muscle. I don't know
Hmm.
how short she is or like what her tall, like how tall she is. Um, if she's shorter, like obviously, shorter competitors usually are a little bit more compact, but I always feel like genetically, a lot of Asian competitors have that really nice dense
Yeah,
roundness. So that'd be kind of cool to see kind of what she looks like next to everyone else and stuff like that.
she
So
takes really cool photos. Like these photos she takes
yeah.
really cool. Like the waterfall, the horse. Like yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the UK
That's a
Arnold's.
sick. That's a oh, that was a sick kickback
Oh,
photo. It was like it looked like it was a new tech and it was like starlighting coming down. That was really cool. Oh, you're going back to it. Yeah, it was really cool photo.
what was that?
To kick back or
Oh
yeah, it's that
yeah,
one.
that's a cool photo.
That's funny. That is literally a machine that Laura Lee was on when we were on the phone, and she sent me a picture of it. And she said, "Buy this machine."
Yeah, this machine. I honestly, there's a gym that's just recently opened up from the UK in Dubai. So like, he's got multiple gyms in the UK. Now he's obviously moved over here, and it's kind of like a really good thing for a lot of the coaches because a lot of the coaches that live here because there's not really a gym here that's like obviously there's Banus, which is like the massive, huge
That's the
gym
one that
that
has like the Captain
everyone
America looking plates and stuff.
and it's
Yeah.
5 rooms, it's massive, but it's absolutely rammed busy and like won't
Yeah, I
lie.
bet.
Obviously, there's loads of equipment in there, but like it's not all like good stuff. So like literally this gym that's just opened only has like really good equipment and it's so sick. And like everyone's very, very happy
Nice.
about it. And I'm like, you need to buy this, you need to buy this, you need to buy this. And he's like, okay. So I'm like, please, can you like my prep needs to be just get these machines in. He's like, okay.
That's awesome.
So that was one of the machines was the um glute builder um hyperextension, the plate loaded, is it plate loaded one?
Yes, the one with the bar that you hold on to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love that machine. I'm like, please get
yeah,
this in.
that one's great.
Um, so yeah. Okay. And that's everyone. Um, so that's the Arnold. And then what was it? What else were we going to go through? I can't remember. Oh, Shodo Productions and like
Oh,
your
like our little like next year we'll do like legitimate like end of the year awards for people. I feel like we should do
yeah,
like
that would be fun.
actual. But right now we can just like talk about it. John did a lot on his page where people actually voted and stuff like that, like rookie
Yeah,
of the
go and have
year,
a look at
competitor of the
that.
year. Yeah, on the Pro Bikini News page. That was a really cool what's his called Pro Bikini News
Pro
Network.
Bikini News
Yeah,
Network. Go and have a
PBNN. Yeah,
look for sure
yeah.
because
Take a look
like
at that.
so many people have yeah, so many like there's a lot of people that kind of do their own thing, but like I liked how he kind of like did it where people actually like voted for it
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. So it's really, really cool. So I do think definitely go and have a look at that and we can obviously discuss that for next year. One question I did actually want to ask is like what is your bodybuilder, I guess, tip or thing that you from 2025 that you don't want to take into 2026?
Oh, put me on the spot with a good
I know.
question
I
there.
literally just thought of that and I was like, "Oh,"
That's one to
because
like actually think about.
I know because I feel like there's traits obviously within like bodybuilding that obviously or trends and stuff like that that we see from 2025 that were or previous years and stuff and then we're like, yeah, let's not bring that into 2026 or like that kind of energy. I haven't really thought about it either, to be fair, so I don't know
I
why I'm
mean,
asking,
the
but
trainer side of me wants to tell people to just like shut up with the whole science-based lifting, like the memes and videos and all this that goes on. Like, I oh, you got me on a rant now.
you're
Every
like
fucking thing that we do, everything, whether you are a Branch Warren style lifter that just like rips it and grips it, all the way down to the most controlled lifter in the world, everything is science based.
Mhm.
Science is all encompassing of what we are doing with biomechanics and human anatomy and the way that we move the body through different movement patterns. Everything that we do is science based. It's all based on
Mhm.
science. Now, what I like and how I like to kind of describe it to people is I don't like shitting on science based because
No.
there's certain things that work for certain people. I like to call it like anecdotal evidence based because for every individual, you are finding what works best for them. When I do
Mhm.
training programs, I start people out on what I feel will work best. Like I'm looking at you, typical bikini, whether you're a brand new amateur all the way to the Olympia level, unless you have like specific feedback, don't fucking touch this. Most people are doing like 2 upper days, 3 lower days. That's a very,
Mhm.
very common
Yep.
bikini split. And then plug and play with specific exercises from there. Like, okay, I don't want to see too much like quad growth on you, but I'm okay with doing some movements that have like knee flexion, like a Bulgarian split squat. We can make it
Mhm.
glute dominant, glute bias, but we're obviously still going to get some leg activation out of it because it's a squat.
Mhm.
So things that are evidence based because we're utilizing them because we know what they do biomechanically. We know how they work on an individual. So when you have the eye to look at someone's physique, you understand how to use what has worked and why it works, and that's what you do for them. What I can't stand seeing that I don't want to take into this next year is seeing these videos going around of people that are just trying to like overdo the science of if I take everything out of this and isolate this, this will work. Like you see the videos of people literally doing a tricep extension where they're taking a band
Go
and
on,
putting
stand
it
up and show
around
me,
their.
show me, show me. Go on, show me the.
Oh my god, I have my headphones in. Look at this shit.
I
These
saw
guys,
you go up and you were like, I
these
can't. My
guys literally
headphones.
take. So here's a cable machine, right? I'm doing tricep extensions. They
We get
take
a
a
full
band,
view.
wrap it around their arm, pull it
Yeah,
behind like the cable machine so that their arm is pinned backwards and you can't move it. And then
yeah,
they're doing like tricep extensions like that. And I'm like, okay, I understand the premise behind like why you're saying to do that.
yeah,
Like why you're this 18-year-old kid that like is like, I read this book and it told me that this is how this works.
yeah,
I get why you're doing it, but at the same time, there's also anecdotal evidence of every fucking bodybuilder in history, regardless of genetics. Like, yes, Ronnie Coleman is always a terrible person to use as an example because he could do anything, it would work. But take your Olympians that are like, they fucking starved for that pro win or that pro card. Like, they were the ones that like didn't have the best genetics. Look at them when they were 18 years old. It took them 15 years to turn pro.
yeah,
Did they ever do that shit? No, it's like there are certain things that are evidence based that just work across the board. And then some people lift a little more loosely than others. Some people have a little bit more momentum and they're throwing the dumbbells around. Like there's everything can work for everybody. And it's a coach's, a trainer's, and an athlete's job to find out and understand what works best for that individual. And there is no fucking person in history where it works best to sit there and do what I was just describing, where
yeah.
people are sitting there. I watched one person doing a an abduction on I can't even remember what fucking machine it was, and they were so serious about it. Oh, it was one of those lateral raise machines, the shoulder raises, where there's like the pads where you get into it, you hold it,
Oh
you do whatever.
yeah.
They were doing abductions on it.
Oh, were they doing
By
that?
one
Yeah.
knee was on the pad, and like one knee was on the pad, and they're holding the machine, and they were abducting with one leg and one glute into the other side. And they were like, yeah, because it keeps constant tension pulling downward. So I'm fighting tension at every angle of the. And I'm like, I understand what you're saying, but a seated abduction machine does the exact same fucking thing. You don't need to be different for the sake of being different.
I
Like,
think I think exactly that. So I literally was just about to say, I think this whole back in my day when I was prepping in fucking 2017, 16, like it wasn't this hard. Like it was fucking, it was literally hip thrusts, kickbacks,
yep.
like if I'm honest, hip thrusts weren't even that popular back in like 2016, which sounds like silly, but it was not a thing. Like that was like
Mm-hmm.
that was the main exercise that everyone did for glutes. That was literally it. Like there was like kickbacks, yes, but like I was still doing squats and leg press for glutes. Do you know what I mean? Like, and obviously you
Yeah.
can do it like for, there's different ways of doing it, but that was like my main glute exercise. Like a leg press was a glute exercise for me. Do you know what I mean? Like there wasn't, now it's like, don't even touch that machine. So it's like, there wasn't much variety. Now it's because we're so exposed to so much knowledge. Everyone has to be different. And it's like, we were speaking
Yeah.
about this with one of my friends the other day. She's an online coach, because there are so many like online coaches, bikini coaches, athletes, whatever. Everyone's doing the same thing. Ultimately, it's just about, like you said, it's a coach's job, trainer's job, athlete's job to find what works best for them. Because everyone is basically doing the exact same thing,
Mm-hmm.
whether or not, like,
Yeah.
it's about how
How
you need
you
to be
do it.
different,
Yep.
how I'm different. Like abductor on a shoulder press machine is, yeah, okay, cool. It might like do something. Like, yeah, that's fine. It's probably going to do the same, but
But why?
you don't have to do that. You can just use an abduction. Like literally you
Yep.
can just use an
Yep.
abduction. It's not that different to the point of it being like, oh my God, it's completely reconstructing my entire like connection to this movement. Do you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
it's the same with posing. For me, what I'm saying, like what I'm not wanting to take into 2025 for amateurs specifically, but also this could go for pros. From a posing perspective, doing too much, because I've
Mm-hmm.
had to reconstruct so many routines this year where people, especially after nationals or before nationals, people are doing way too much, like too much. Like it's like hair flicks, too many steps. They want to do so much. And I think it's a trend that's like slowly come back because I think it did
Yeah.
go away. Everyone's like, oh yeah, less is more. Now it's like more is more. And I'm like, no, more is not more. Like you
The
need
amount
to
of
nail
competitors,
basics.
the amount of girls that I train, and obviously I'm privy to all of their check-ins, like whether I'm in it with their coach or they send it to me individually. Most girls are also sending video check-ins. So front pose, back pose, here's me walking for 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
That's my check-in. The amount of people, and I'll always check with the coach beforehand. Oftentimes the coach isn't like, unless it's like a James or a Jamie or someone, they're not like super in tune with bikini specifically. So they kind of give me the reins on like if I have some posing critique in it. And the amount of people that I send to you and to Jordan as my top two posing coaches, because all I fucking see is this is one of the biggest ones I'm seeing is when they flip back to the front and they do the like that number and then it's like the wave, they let it carry to this
Oh,
side too.
continue. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, they continue,
Yeah.
and now you just hit this pose where you're in like this model transition pose dead on with your waist front facing to the
Yeah.
judges because you just want to be flashy with your arms for an
Yeah.
extra 2 seconds. Like
Yeah.
what are you doing and what posing coach is teaching this shit?
Yeah, you
So
you expose yourself to then like, and I think people think like, oh, because I'm adding in extra, that means that they're gonna notice me more. Your physique is gonna get them to notice you. Do you know what I mean? Like that's ultimately
mhm,
like bodybuilding. Like you doing an arm movement or a hair flick is not gonna get you noticed. It's actually gonna show off more if you don't do it correct, and that's what happens most of the time. Like I just had a girl a couple days ago. And I immediately took a hair flick out because she was like, first time posed with her, I was like, show me your routine. And I was like, already you're over in terms of how long your routine needs to be.
yeah,
And already you've got a hair flick in. So that should be no. So we've taken the hair flick out. And she was like, oh my God, like I feel so much like just more like she was like, I don't have any
more
flow.
flowy, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I don't have any flow. I feel really static. I feel like this she and just taking out we took out so much and she was like, oh my God, I've never felt like this before. And I was like, because you're doing too much, there's so much to think about. You have to like that stops your like flow pattern of like how you just feel comfortable because it has to feel natural. So like I think that's one thing is like one big thing even for like pros, like just because you're pro, like again, turned so many. I didn't specifically turn them pro, but obviously went pro with a lot of the girls this
Yeah.
year. And they've already been like, right, what we doing for the routine? This is this. I'm like, we're doing the exact same routine right now. Hold it for longer. Play around with different styles of poses to see what
Hmm.
looks best on you. But we're doing the same routine. We're doing the
Yeah.
same routine right now, but we're getting you used to holding it for longer, not going as fast. Because that also is like a thing. You're an amateur in the pro league right now. So you're gonna feel like, oh my God, I need to go fast. You don't have to go as fast now. Like you can have a little bit of time, but because you're used to having that 1, 2 for each kind of hit, it's gonna feel different. So slow it, you gotta get used to slowing it down first and hitting the poses correctly. Then
Yep.
we can add more. And then we're like, what once we find what actually looks better. Because as soon as like I get pros, people just turn pro, they're like, I want to add this, and I'm like, no. Like we're still doing your exact same amateur routine, but like holding it for longer, hitting it correctly. Because sometimes holding it longer is actually sometimes harder because you're like you feel uncomfortable in that pose because you're holding it for longer, and you have to hit it correctly for longer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my one thing.
There we go.
That
We
do
just
not take.
nailed
Let's
our
not
two,
take
our
it.
one thing each.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
not take that into 2025,
Don't take any of this in
2026,
2026, guys. Yeah.
please.
To summarize the training part, guys, there's no magic training split that works.
Yeah,
There is no
yeah.
reinventing the wheel of training exercises themselves, like movement patterns. Like when you're talking bikini and you're talking glutes, there's abductions, there's thrusts, there's a hinging movement, there's compound movements, and there's
Mm-hmm.
isolation movements like a kickback. That's all you got. You like
Mm-hmm.
sitting there trying to do X, Y, and Z on a million different things. Like you have three, four, maybe five specific movement patterns that you hit, and you have a full glute day for you. What
Mm-hmm.
matters, and this is why I'm employed, is because you need to do it properly. It's how you are hitting it for you as an individual. And a lot of people can write a decent training program. Obviously there's like some detail that can be added in there. Like on my programs, I have bullet points underneath the exercises for how I want to see them hit specifically. But the in-depth part of training comes in when like feedback. If you have an in-person trainer, or like I do top set video feedback, that's the most consistent thing I do on a monthly basis with athletes. Is they send me a video of them doing an RDL, they send me a video of their hip thrust, they send me a video of B stance, and so I hop on the voice memo, and it can be anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes long of me telling them what I want to see differently, because this is the first time I've seen you do this movement, and this is what I'm seeing that I need to see differently based on your body, your biomechanics. And it comes down to, and this is where the technical science actually gets involved, your femur length, like your rotation,
Mm.
your spinal flexion. Like there's so many different things that, like, when I'm watching someone who has very, very long femurs, someone who's 5 feet tall, and how they're performing a hip thrust, how they're performing an RDL, the amount of hip hinge and mobility that somebody has in an RDL, to where their like glutes and hips stop hinging back, and then they're just bending over and doing a toe touch. So
Yeah.
how much knee flexion, how much knee bend do we need to involve here to sit into that stretch tension and to open up the hips more and continue that hinge backwards? And everyone is different, literally everyone. I'll do 60 voice memos a day, and there might be like 2 or 3 where they get similar feedback, and everyone else is just so fucking different across the board. The way that they stabilize themselves in a kickback, because this person's feedback to me was, I'm feeling a lot of tension in my planted leg trying to stabilize me. How do I shift
Hmm.
it more to my loaded glute? I'm like, all right, let's do this, this, and this. And it's different from this person's kickbacks. So how you perform the exercise is what matters most. There is no
Yeah.
magic formula. There's no reinventing the wheel. It's how you perform it.
Yeah. Because honestly, like, I think that's one of the main things that for me specifically, my training has been number one priority. Obviously, I've been doing this for 10 years. I've always loved training. And that's why I got into bodybuilding. I love lifting heavy. I enjoy the training side of things. I think during my time over the years, it's because of, as you go pro, I think you have less things to work on, and it's about refinement. And I think
Mm-hmm.
when at some point there was kind of like this in between of like I didn't have as many things to work on, and I was a little bit too muscular, so I didn't have to be so on it with training. But then that little window then turned into, oh no, I do actually need to, like, I need to, it's not like I don't need to train. I still need to train, but I need to be more specific with what I train, because I actually had
Yeah.
too, like, not too much muscle, but you know what I mean. So you
Yeah.
have to be careful. But in that window, it then turned into kind of like, okay, we don't train really that much or that hard at all. And then that got lost, and in translation to then, now I look stringy. Now weirdly, I do know how to train, but I kind of don't. So when I joined Fit Body Fusion, I honestly felt like I retrained a lot of these exercises. So like
Yeah.
glutes and stuff like that, like hip thrusts. I was doing hip thrusts way differently to then before to what I was doing now. Feel it way
Yeah.
more in the glutes. Same with like RDLs. Like I remember like I used to do like a really long stretch. Like I'm tall. Like I'm fucking long. Like my limbs are bloody so long. So like I would have a really, really long stretch, but I couldn't go that heavy because when I'm coming up, like I'd feel it in lower back because of the
Mm-hmm.
stretch that I'm doing. So
Yeah.
Drew was kind of like, well, let's shorten that. You don't need to go all the way to the bottom. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I
Yeah.
don't like, so, and I feel it way more in the gut, and I go
Oh
so
yeah.
much heavier now, and I can build, because I was like, well, I like the movement of like an RDL, like for example, like a single leg RDL, love it, my fave. And I was like, well, how, like, but how can I like do that without bringing in lower back and going heavy, because like the full range of motion I can't do. And he's like, don't do the full
Yeah.
range of motion. Only go to the range of
Yeah.
motion where you feel it.
There,
You don't need to go all the way down to the bottom because you're long. Like you
yeah.
don't need to go all the way to the
There's certain
bottom.
things like that that we retrain, even as a
Yeah.
top level Olympian. It's like you retrain certain things because it's just what you thought or what you were told was right, and what you just like, what common sense would tell you is right, but isn't
Hmm.
necessarily common sense. Like RDL, yeah, the more stretch, the better. No, like the amount of times
Not
I
always
see
the same
people
for
like
everyone.
propping themselves up on like the bumper plates or like a big platform and they're like like getting a
Yeah,
deficit of
that's
an
what I
extra like
mean.
6 to 8 inches. I'm like, okay, you're just more mobile than people. You can
Yeah.
stretch more. You have more length to go down. Does that mean that you're engaging your glutes more? Does that mean that you're hitting more of that upper hamstring tie in, lower glute area? No, you're just doing a toe touch at that point and stretching. And that doesn't mean that you're pulling back up with that same amount of load and tension
Yeah.
because before the like upper ham glute actually engages again, you might have a good 10 inches that you're coming up before that actually activates and re-engages. So there's so many different ways to go about it where some people do have that excessive mobility and they're able to keep that glute tension all the way through and they're able to squeeze the glutes all the way back up. Whereas some people are like, nope, I go down too far. All I'm feeling is my erectors.
Yeah, to
So,
be fair, that was another thing. Like my adductors, I engaged a lot because when I face my knee, like when my feet are forwards, my
mm,
knees face in. So like my
mm,
feet are forward, so like naturally my knees just go in. So like when I try and push them out, I feel um my adductors. So
yeah.
I before I didn't really rectify that at all, really. And like then when I was doing stuff with Drew this year, when we did like an assessment, he was like, "You engage your adductors on everything," and I was like.
Mm,
I know, but like I've never really like thought about it to be fair, which again, like
yeah.
you don't you do now, obviously now that we're more specific with things, but previously before, because I've already been told like you have enough muscle, you did it, so you don't rectify it. Whereas
Yeah.
now, especially more than anything in the pro league, it is refinement to the T. Like you need to be
Yeah.
specific with a lot of things. So
Yeah.
like when we kind of rectified that, I was like, oh my God, you've just opened up a whole new world, like
Yeah.
completely for me.
And
So
that
oh,
same
you.
type of like minute detail feedback can also be related to like the national level because you have a difference in obviously once you turn pro it becomes one of those things where oh fuck I just need to grow everywhere. Look at Ali
Yeah.
Prince for example. Like as a national competitor physique wise she had nothing to work on. Pro
Hmm.
card in the fucking bag. She goes and does her pro debut. You just need to get bigger everywhere. But you're not going to be
Hmm.
told that at the national level because of who you're against. Nobody is
Yeah.
Olympia level that you're standing next to. So that same minute detail, that girl Crystal that I helped turn pro at nationals, one with the tattoos that we looked at last.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
she's someone who, from North Americans to nationals, there wasn't much of a break. Like that's only 3 months and less than 3 months. And so she pretty much stayed in prep. Only thing that changed was I took over her training and her coach told me too, he's like, I can bring her in a little bit tighter. I'm like, all right, let's work on this. So on the training side of things, I like assessed her physique and I'm like, okay, we just need more glute projection, especially in the front pose, because there was a lot of leg and not a ton of that side glute projection. And I'm like, so
Hmm.
here's what we're gonna do to work on this. And she ended up getting her pro card for it. Now, and that's that like minute detail because she wasn't getting crazy feedback from the judges. It was just like
Hmm.
little things here and there. Now that she's pro, the training program I wrote her, very, very different because now I'm like, I know that when you step on stage next to X, Y, and Z, next to these pros, I know where you need to grow everywhere. Like, I know what needs to come up. It's not that little bit like if I had given her this program in between North Americans and nationals, like who knows what would have happened physique wise. It could have been too much expenditure. It wasn't necessarily like this is meant for growing with caloric with a lot of caloric expenditure. Like she has much more intake. It's off season. It's growing. So the training program complements that. In
Hmm.
between the 3 month time frame we had, not coming out of prep, I knew what to program to kind of like be like, okay, I know we're staying in prep. I know that you're going to be under X amount of calories. I know your cardio's high. I know how recovery is going to be. So this is how we're going to make changes on your physique in this little bit of a time frame. And she went from not coming close to her pro card to winning her pro card.
Yeah.
So it's just under and again it comes down to understanding bikini is really what it comes down to. Understanding training and recovery, but under like having the eye for bikini. And same thing goes
Hmm.
to you with posing. Like if I tried to pose someone like actual pose coaching, not gonna fucking happen. Can I look at a check-in photo and be like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, like I need to see more of X, Y, and Z, but I don't know what the fuck to tell you to do for that.
How to do, yeah, how to
Yeah,
do it. It's very, very different. No, I
yeah,
completely get that. And that's hard. That's hard to do. That really is hard to do. So,
mm-hmm.
but I think, yeah, overall, um, yeah, it's a different world. I think When it comes down to like the training stuff, like I do think that now more than anything, like I think it's so much more like you see it way more. I mean, in general, even training, posing, diet, everything is looked upon so much more or like taken into account a lot more than what it used to be. Like it used to be like just have fucking chicken and rice, do a hip thrust, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much more simple. But
We should go back to the
I
90s when check-in photos were sent via envelope in the mail.
I use I
That's not a
remember
joke.
my first coach, I used to go in person. Like we wouldn't really
Yeah.
send he was like, I don't do online. Like he was
Yeah.
like old school bodybuilder. This was like my first coach in 2016, 17. He was like, I do not do photos. Like in 2017, we started to then do photos, but like then 2016, like I did not take any photos like of my physique. It was a
Yeah.
case of I'd go to him and
That's
see him
cool.
in person, and that was
Yeah.
it. Like it wasn't like, but that was obviously like every week, maybe twice a week
Yeah.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that anyway. And it wasn't far, but he was like, I don't do photos because like they don't look the same. And
Have you heard the Chris
he was an older
Aceto
guy.
stories of like the late
No,
90s clients he had?
no.
They
What did he used to do?
before like photo like being able to attach photos to emails or send photos via like text
Was
was
it actually
around.
the post?
They would literally
Are you
send
actually kidding
pictures.
me?
Yep, they would send pictures via the post office, like US mail. They would send it. And by the time they got it, I listened to a whole podcast him talking about this.
What
And
the
by the time he
fuck?
would get it, he would be like, okay, I know that this was 48 hours ago. So I need to try to envision what you like, how much you've changed 2 days later, knowing what you were doing. So these are the changes I want to make. And he's telling him that on the phone.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
That's so
Crazy. It's so
crazy.
cool. It's so cool. Like it's so difficult, but it's so cool to think about.
It's so funny because I would love to just like just for maybe like a week or so. I'd love to like swap or like just go back to like what it used to be like
Yeah.
back in the day to see how actually hard it is because I feel like our world now, like anything to convenience you is like that's what people want. We don't
Yeah.
want any inconvenience anymore, anything to be too hard. It's
Yeah.
like, nope, this needs to be like round the corner from me. Or like it used to be.
Yeah.
Like I remember having to drive like for one of my I've had four coaches in my lifetime. So my second coach, I used to drive like 2 hours to like go. I mean, which isn't that far for like the US. I feel like that's like a normal trip, but like for the UK, that's quite far. Like that's quite far. I used to drive up like every week to train with him, like to train legs or glutes or whatever, like every couple of weeks or so, and then check in person. So like,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's like now I feel like people would be like,
Nobody would ever
nah,
do that. No
no
way.
one would do
No
that.
way.
I
Maybe
feel
if you
like
lived in
some
the same
people
city
would.
as your coach, maybe if it was 30 minutes, like
Feel
if
like
there's a
people wouldn't
benefit
do
to
that
that, of course,
now.
but I don't see any way that anyone more than like is driving more than like an hour to go see a coach in person.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
like it sucks that it's like that's the world we live in terms of
Yeah.
convenience.
Imagine
Guys,
being
I'm
back in the
flying.
90s and not knowing what a tripod is. Like,
Guys, I know. I'm flying 24 hours to go see my coach. So like fucking come on. Like you could drive to a better gym with this equipment or like go see your coach that's whatever. Make sure that bodybuilding isn't just about convenience. Like you have to want to go and do it and be like
yeah.
it's worth the sacrifice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to
Yeah.
be worth it. So,
Yeah. Speaking
but
of that, I'm going to plug myself really quick just because I don't know if many people know this because I've never even put it on social media. If anyone ever wants to fly out here, like you pay for your flight to come out here, I won't charge you for in-person sessions. So just so you know. Yeah. Yeah. And I
it's
have
going to be
people that
worth it as
fly out.
well.
Yeah. I have people that fly out often and not just my Olympians, not just my pros, and sometimes not even like my clients. Like Phoebe's not my client. But is she going to come out here for a handful of days and we're going to train, we're going to get content? Yes. So it's like people do that often with me. You don't need to be a monthly client of mine. You don't need to be someone that sends me videos for feedback all the time. Like if you pay your way out here, like you pay for your flight to come out here, I don't charge you for a training session. We get some content, we go over some movement patterns and we'll train. So just so you all know.
Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool. Right. Let's leave it there because we had other stuff because we were talking about like we had like our
Oh yeah.
2025 bikini wraps, like all this stuff. And I'm like, we've already been like 2 hours, which I was like, I don't know what we're going to talk about. silly for me to assume that because there's so much for us to talk about, and we've also had a week off, so we're also just randomly catching up. To be fair,
Yeah.
but
Okay, wait. We have 30 seconds because I want to ask this one question because I need
okay.
people in the comments to also comment this. We got this question. If you could use one machine only in the gym, what would it be? And it doesn't mean like for your
Oh,
bodybuilding career, like you're not picking a cable machine because I can do everything on it. Like, what's your favorite machine to use? You're like, I love shoulder day and I love using that machine, or I love my hamstring days and I love that hamstring machine. Like, what is your favorite machine in the gym that you would want? Like, if you move to the middle of nowhere, what machine would you hope that gym had?
so I feel like I'm only just saying this because I really like this movement now. The glute builder kickback machine.
The pendulum, the swinging one.
Yeah.
Love that thing. That thing's
Oh my
great.
God. We just got it. We just got it in at the gym.
Mm,
Obsessed. Literally, we had a
that's a
previous
great
one
one.
before, which is very, very similar. And I really like that one. But this one, I'm literally like, oh, it's so nice. Like the movement is so smooth. The kickback for me and my height and stuff like that is perfect because like I feel like a lot of kickback machines are usually for me anyway because of my leg length in leg, like it's too short. So like I feel like I feel it in quad or I feel something in my quads. It's just perfect. It's literally perfect. So like I love that machine and you can go decently heavy on it as well.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, yeah,
Without again bringing in anything else really. And I like because it's like a thin like it's the thin, what is it, the where you put your foot, it's like a thin part, so you just
yeah.
push through either your heel, your toe, wherever you wanted to push from. It
Yep.
feels really, really good.
And if you
So
ever like, if you're someone who likes like a straight leg kickback, something you could do on that machine is take one of those pads that people put on like a bar when they're squatting that goes like across the traps, one of those foam pads
mhm.
that like fits around a bar that fits around that bar on the kickback machine, and you can straight leg it so like the
Ooh,
back of your Achilles can be up against it, so you can straight
that's
leg it more, get more of
clever.
a stretch. Yeah.
I've got glutes today. I might try that today, actually. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I feel like that's a really good. I really like that machine. And I think there's a big, I say trend, but like the main thing a lot of people are doing now is on the cables, that kickback, that same like movement, but on the
Mm-hmm.
cables. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
putting the bench,
Yep.
putting
Put
obviously
themselves up
themselves
so
on the
their
bench.
foot's a little
Yeah.
bit inclined.
But
Yeah.
that machine just does it for you. It's just,
Yeah.
again,
It's a
convenience.
great machine.
So
Loop Builder's a great brand. I like that brand a lot.
I really
They're
like
little
their brand.
their hip thrust pro or whatever they call it, the little mini Smith machine looking one.
We've just got that in as well.
That
Love
one's
it.
great. That
Love
one's
it.
great.
Love it.
Yep.
Really. I had to get you I have to get used to it because it's a weird machine because you're like, I'm not used to it moving. Like
Mm-hmm.
because you're like in terms of like obviously if you're on a Smith machine, so it's static, but it's not obviously on a Smith machine. So it feels weird, but it is very nice. Like I like it a
Yeah.
lot. What's yours?
I mean, I'll be very cliche saying this when I just said don't say something I could do everything, but I love this brand specifically, the Cybex Smith machine. It goes
Oh
all the way to the
yeah.
floor.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah,
straight
yeah.
up and down, super stable. It has good like weight horns that come off. So if you want to use like bands and tension, you have that room for it. And it goes super deep. Like it goes like 3 inches off the floor.
Yeah,
Like
I've
if you
seen
move
that
the
one.
safeties
I
out of the
think we
way,
have that one actually.
yeah, it
We
actually
have that
has
one.
depth to it. It's super smooth. Literally my favorite thing ever. And obviously you can also do everything on it, but I just
Yeah.
love that machine. Love
Yeah,
that
because
Smith
I
machine.
feel like there's so many different, you forget how many different types of Smith machines there actually are. And
A
I'm like,
lot.
not every Smith machine is the same. Like it's
Not even
so
close.
shit. Like because I think there was one movement in my program. It was like something, upright rows on the Smith machine. And
Mm,
I was like, the one that I use or that have in my gym when I was doing it at the time, I was like, I can't do it. I literally can't
yeah.
because it's like a diagonal and it's super light and it just was
Mm,
really it's just awful, so I was like, please take it
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So but yeah, so sometimes it's just like, yeah, it's just it goes like that, which is annoying. But happy new year was also as well,
Oh yeah.
because when people are listening to this, it's going to be the 1st of December
Will be
because we'll
the
be
first
uploading this on the 1st of December, 1st of
January.
January, sorry. 1st of January. I looked at my screen and I was like, I see a 1 and I see December and it's going to be that.
She just woke up, guys, even though it's been a 2 hour podcast.
I know it's 8:45 now for me. So, but happy New Year for a lot of people listening, and comment down below again. You know what you'd like for us to kind of talk about topic wise, especially when there's no shows going on at the moment. The first Fit Model show is obviously going to be soon.
I'll
So
perfect.
the first Fit
Telling
Model
everyone that we're
show,
blessing them with a 2 hour episode.
the first Fit Model show is going to be obviously soon. Obviously, that's the Tokyo Pro. So that'll be cool that's in February. So that's not until the end of Feb. So comment down below if you're listening to YouTube on YouTube, what you want us to talk about, and then we can go from there. Amazing. Right.
Perfect.
Excited to continue everything. Have a lovely new year, everyone, and we will see you in the next one.
Yes.